My wife Tanvi and I, we have contributed $1.5 million to the Hindu American Foundation thus far. We've also contributed $1 million more over the last 15 years to other Hindu and Indian organizations and causes. And over the next 8 years, we're making a pledge of $1.5 million to pro-India and Hindu organizations. And out of that, we're going to give $1 million to the Hindu American Foundation, and we're very proud of that. And I say this to all of you who are viewing this to realize that I don't have a startup company. I don't have any side businesses. I'm an emergency doctor on a salary. My wife is a fitness instructor and a jewelry designer. We're not making millions of dollars a year. We don't have stock options. We're doing this because it's our dharma, it's our duty. This is how we do our karma yoga, and we've come a long way. In the first 5 years, we were all volunteer. We went to Capitol Hill, which is in Washington, D.C., and we were talking to policymakers about who we were. One of the congressmen first said, "Are you Shia or Sunni?" Even though he knew we were from the Hindu American Foundation. One of our early successes in Washington, D.C. was to get Diwali recognized. It took 3 years, and the House of Representatives and the Senate recognized Diwali with resolutions. And now you can see that Diwali is celebrated at the White House, with the Vice President, and in the U.S. Congress, and all across different state and local governments across the country. But it took time to get there, and I hope that newer immigrants to America understand the investments that have been made by prior generations and by the Hindu American Foundation to get to where we were. Some of the other achievements were getting textbooks to explain Hinduism more accurately. For example, talking about how Hinduism is the only major religion, that considers the female divinity, or the role of people from all backgrounds, all communities, all castes to Hinduism scriptures, and making sure Hinduism is taught with the same criteria and the same balance that other religions get in American textbooks. They come from an Abrahamic background, so when they look at different religions, they can't understand that Hinduism is not just a religion, it's a way of life, it's a way of thinking about life. And they're looking for one book, one founder, certain rules and laws that have to be followed. Well, Hinduism or Hindu Dharma or Sanatan Dharma is all about pluralism. It's about offering many, many different paths for someone to reach their goal. If their goal is to find truth, if the goal is to find God, if the goal is to limit their karma, if the goal is to find the deepest spiritual truths. That's what our dharma offers. So it's harder to understand. The other challenge for us is that most Hindus come from India. So for people who are coming from India, they don't quite understand that they have a Hindu identity and an Indian national identity, and we need to talk about that. When you look at other religions, for example, Muslims, they come from many different countries, but they are much stronger in their Muslim identity, less in their national identity. And so what we need are Hindus to be strong in the Bharatiya or Indian identity, which is the political identity for our civilization, but also they should be very proud and open about their Hindu identity. And when they have that, their co-workers, their friends, neighbors will understand us better. The number that Muslims and Khalistanis and Sikhs and Christians are spending is upwards to $50 per member of their religion in advocacy. We're not spending enough, and if we don't do that, then this country won't understand us for who we are. India is now where it was 300 years ago. It's one of the top civilizations in the world, and it's going to be there for a long time. But are we, as Hindu Americans in the United States, are we where we need to be in terms of doing our part to make sure we and our civilization are understood, setting the stage for our children to be in a better place in the future? You're gonna get them educated, you're gonna get them well off, but are you making sure that they're in a place where their beliefs, their values are understood? We need to set up institutions to do that, and that's what the Hindu American Foundation does, and that's why my wife Tanvi and I and all of our board members, we're all fully committed to the cause.